Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. 888-713-2929 is the telephone number. Pick up the phone and give us a call. I want to talk to you today about purchase mortgages because the refinance mortgage market seems to have slowed down, although there is some indication that since the rates have really remained pretty low, I mean, they're not at historic lows this week, but they have been up to about a week and a half ago when rates started to jump. So if you're out there right now and you need some information about refinance or purchase, you can give us a call. Again, that telephone number is 888-713-2929, and I'm Jeff Barton, of course, the host on The Mortgage Voice. I did a television show last week in Las Vegas where we do it about once a month. We go out and shoot several episodes of our Las Vegas real estate show. And one of the things I realized in that show is that winging it on camera is not the same as winging it in radio. Why do I say that? Because there just seems to be a lot more going on with the camera in front of you and people standing around and light people. But of course, in our cozy little studio here in Ventura, Daryl and I are just... we're not winging it, but we're certainly enjoying ourselves and having a good time. If you'd like to get in touch with us via email, info@malibufunding.net is our email address. Our Facebook address, if you go to Facebook, of course, type in Home Loans, Malibu Funding Inc. Make sure you put the ink on the end, and our homepage comes right up. You know, we do get a lot of visits, a lot of people who come there and look, shop around a little bit. I'd like you, if you are going to go to the website, just click on like so that when we have new and updated information that we want to get to you directly, you can get it automatically without having to log back in and search around to who we are and what we do. I think a lot of people that come to the website, like a lot of people out there looking for loans, are just looking for information, somebody that they might be able to trust, maybe take a look at somebody's picture, get a little bit of a understanding as to what's happening in their business so that you can make better informed decisions as to what's going on for your decision-making process and how you're going to figure out whether you're going to do a loan with this person or that person or whether you're just going to postpone the whole thing until you get more time to research all the information you currently need. That's why we're here. That's why we do the radio show. That's why we do the TV shows. We want to inform you as to what your options are, give you multiple different looks as to both program and rate and whether it's a conventional or a non-conventional loan, whether it's a loan that's a little bit outside the box or something that's way outside the box. We had call just last week to do a commercial loan on a multi-unit building. What does that mean? Let's say you are looking at retirement income and you've got some money so that you're able to invest in something to give you a residual income in your retirement. Maybe that's the strategy that you've figured out is better than investing in the stock market or investing in gold or one of these other things that people are telling you to invest in. So if you're that type of investor and you're out there, we had a call for that type of loan last week and we were able to place it. We brokered that loan. We have about 5 or 6 commercial lenders that we use, whether it's Velocity.com, whether it's Angel Oak, whether it's Citadel, whether it's Athos Capital, whether it's South End, whether it's Commerce. There are a number of different lenders who do things like multi-unit building, 5 to 10 units, let's say, and you're living in a city where you can get some money, return on investment. Maybe you're going to do your own management and therefore save the 3 to 4% a month by doing it yourself, and therefore that becomes part of what you can have as your investment. And, when you retire, I have a brother that's about to retire, and he was calling, and I was talking to him last night about what his long-term plans are. I think he plans to sell his house and downsize because the income that you get when you're retired is fixed, right? Whatever your investments are, if you have any, maybe like the last scenario, you got a house out there that you're collecting rent on. Well, he has that too. It's way in upstate New York, and he's got a little house in Hudson, New York, which he rents out for about $2,500 a month, and I think the mortgage minus other expenses, he probably makes $500-600 a month, and you include that with your Social Security, maybe some 401ks that you have, and maybe you have some money invested in stocks. So you're cobbling together whatever your income is. It's going to be a lot less than when you were working, which is one of the reasons why he's going to be able to, or he wants to be able to, get rid of his house and sell his house so that his assets are obviously diminished and he can take that money, invest it, or put it into some vehicle where he can get recurring income without a lot of risks, whether that's treasuries, whether that's some kind of dividend stock. There are all a number of ways that you can do that. But you're out there right now and you're trying to figure out the best program for you when you're retiring, like my brother, like myself, I'm sure in a few years, and Daryl in a few years when we get old and gray. Actually, we are old. I'm old and gray, not Daryl. He's looking great right now, right? Yes, he is. Absolutely. He's giving me a nice smile, and I really appreciate him always, as he does a great job for us in the engineering and editing department for the show that we do air both on radio here in the Riverside, San Bernardino areas of Southern California. And I want to again say hi to all my friends at KCAA, at KMET, and of course the Roadrunner, 3 great outlets that have the show, and we broadcast about 5 hours a week here in San Bernardino and Riverside counties. And we try to get the message out once again about what we're trying to do, which is educate the populace as to what's going on for them in real estate and mortgages. And of course, a couple of things I want to get to right away in the news to you section. And I'm going to have a couple of great guests on today. We're going to have somebody from Endeavor America, and that's a great company, by the way, and they do reverse mortgages and a lot of other FHA, VA, and conventional loans. But I wanted to talk to him specifically about what's happening with some new regulations and the debt-to-income ratios, which have been lifted by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. We talked about that just a little bit last week. But if you are in the loan business, you know this is a huge benefit to borrowers. If you're a borrower out there right now and you've been told, hey, your debt is too high, and because your debt is too high, you can't get a loan. Well, they've raised those limits from 45% all the way up to 50% in some cases. So that's a very good thing. I know FHA goes up to 55%, but you have to pay that monthly mortgage insurance premium plus the upfront cost for the FHA loan. In this case, you do not, and they've raised the limit to 50%, which is terrific. Another 5%, that's a big deal for some people, and they're looking at, a couple million extra borrowers just because of that 5% difference, being able to borrow money and be able to get that house. Another thing that I wanted to get to right now from Black Knight, from Jan Swanson, who we quote many times on the show, September 25th. She writes, after accelerating on a year-over-year basis through every previous month in 2017, the rate of home price appreciation appears to have stabilized in July. Okay, why is that important? Because if you're priced out of the market in June, you're thinking, I'll never be able to get a house because everybody is under the assumption that unless we're in a recession, that the prices are just going to keep going up and up and up. Well, that's not the case according to Black Knight, and they do a lot of home surveys in terms of prices. They do a lot of work in terms of the real estate market and the statistics that are needed in order to predict where prices are going to go. So if you're in markets right now, especially, you're out there in San Bernardino, Riverside, maybe you're in Rancho, maybe you're in Covina in Los Angeles, maybe you're in Hesperia, maybe you're in Riverside itself, and prices have just seemed to be going up, $250,000, $300,000, $350,000, $400,000, and you're getting depressed because you're working, your spouse is working, or you're a single income family. You're making good money, but you just can't seem to get a down payment together, or you just can't seem to, find a house that's within your price range. Well, the good thing is we've got stabilization in prices according to Black Knight, and that's only going to help in the affordability index, the affordability for your area. So be on the lookout. There are other pressures affecting price. We'll get into that in the last segment of the show. Got some great guests here. Angel Naves, one of our military guys. I wanted to ask him a little bit about this protest that's going on that seems to have the whole country in a twist when Puerto Rico is just devastated. Anyway, that's another issue for another segment. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry, and we'll be right back.
Is your car starting to give you some trouble? Then come on down to Gyra Tire Shop and Service, where we offer a wide range of services such as new and used tires, balance and repair, brakes, AC repair, professional auto diagnostics. We promise you high-quality service at an affordable price. We're located on the corner of Boulder Highway and Wells Street. Do yourself and your car a favor. Come down to Gyra Tire Shop and Service.
Want to know how to create more business and save money? Simple. The answer is video. Video shares are the fastest growing form of word-of-mouth advertising, and according to InternetRetailer.com, visitors who viewed a business video were 85% more likely to buy after watching it. People today are on the go. They don't have time to read text, but they have 1 minute to watch video. At HD Video King, we not only create quality video that's right for you, we coach you on how to get the most from it. Call today. Our award-winning staff are ready to assist.
Are you experiencing hair loss? We have the solution with no drugs, no surgery, and no side effects. Experience 100% pain-free results with Super Grow Laser Cap System, featuring 272 professional-grade lasers that make your hair thicker and fuller naturally. Use it 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week, and notice your hair growth in as little as 3 months. Visit online at irevivelaser.com to order your Super Grow Laser Cap today and experience unbelievable results. irevivelaser.com.
Successful Strategies International offers state-of-the-art PMP certification and an entire curriculum of project management, risk management, portfolio and program management by using unique learning techniques such as online learning, simulations, and facilitator lead programs. Our clientele consists of some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies in existence. SSI has trainers all across North America, Europe, and Asia to help meet your project management needs. Learn more at ssi-learn.com. That's ssi-learn.com.
Ruthless Cowboys, keeping the American dream alive and creating jobs one t-shirt at a time. From fabric to design, Ruthless Cowboys makes 100% American-made apparel that hardworking Americans are proud to wear. At RuthlessCowboys.com, you can shop for shirts and accessories for the cowboy or cowgirl in your life. Head to RuthlessCowboys.com, check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching Ruthless Cowboys. Ruthless Cowboys, we're all about family, country, and keeping it all American. RuthlessCowboys.com.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. 888-713-2929 is our telephone number. Pick up the phone and give us a call. We talk a lot about your mortgage, or maybe you want to get a mortgage, you want to buy a house, you want to sell a house, and maybe buy something else. Maybe you're trying to give some information to your relatives, your family, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbor. Somebody's going to want to have information that we have on the show. We always give good information about all aspects of home ownership, whether it's your loan, whether it has to do with the title on your house, whether it has to do with a good contractor, some decoration tips. We've even talked about the best hamburgers in your town. So if you're out there right now and you're listening to the show, stay tuned. My name is Jeff Barton, again, the voice, your mortgage voice, and our email address is info@malibufunding.net. If you want to see us on YouTube, go to YouTube, and our address there, our channel is Financing Mortgage, one word. Blend them together, Financing Mortgage, and you'll see all kinds of information, videos. YouTube is a terrific vehicle for us to get message out to you. We're revamping a lot of stuff online, but just go to that right now and you can get all the information that you want about what we're doing here in Las Vegas, in the Inland Empire, and really all over the state of California and Nevada. From Nevada right now is a terrific guest, been on the show many times. He's in the security consulting field, and his military background and a lot of experience that he brings to the show is very enlightening and also a very positive message. It's Angel Naves. Angel, how are you?
I am great, Jeff. Thanks for having me on again, sir.
And thank you very much for being back on the show. Just to start off, your military background and where you are both in your life and what you're doing now for different companies. Give me your take on the kneeling in the NFL thing. It's such a big topic right now, and it seems to have once again taken the country by storm in terms of from the president down to the local guy in the bar. Everybody's got an opinion. What's your opinion on this? And if you just share that with me, I'd appreciate that.
Wow. Well, I don't know how long the duration of our show is, Jeff, but I'll try and keep it brief. You're really hit with a hard topic. Everyone has an opinion on this, as you said, but I would be happy to share for a variety of reasons.
Great.
As you had mentioned, my background, primarily one in the U.S. military. Sir, I was lucky enough to serve for over 12 and a half years. Primarily, most of my time was spent in the Navy SEAL teams, and then my last duty was as a SEAL instructor of oneself, not necessarily property, but really the preservation of life, not just for self, but for family, for loved ones. as well as in the corporate or company environment, which is where I consult now. And really, I would simply say, Jeff, we've spent a lot of time and a lot of conversation in terms of personal defense. What techniques would I utilize to protect myself if one was assailing me, if I was under attack, whether it be a criminal or a terrorist type incident? And when we work backwards from there, Jeff, again, the most important thing always to ask is, how did you get in the situation to where somebody with the intention to do you harm actually had the opportunity and proximity to do so? And really, it has almost always to do with situational awareness, threat awareness of others, being able to identify and recognize conditions and persons that could provide risk or hazard, and with all possibility, through that awareness, to avoid, to escape, to evade, and to just reduce or eliminate any of the factors, elements, conditions, or situations that would lead one into that personal risk category. Get out, get away, be aware, always avoid trouble when you can.
Well, especially when you're with family, you're with people you need to protect. There are no heroes out there when things start to happen. You need to protect yourself and let professionals do what they do. I think that's the main focus for a lot of this too, right?
Absolutely, sir. Let the professionals do their job, but they don't have to protect you if you're not there under risk. So always take those precautionary measures, whether you're at home or abroad, at home, to utilize your mechanisms of shelter.
Right.
Know that your home is safe and secure. Locks, alarms, closed windows. Make sure that you have good procedures for how one answers the door or the phone, especially
right.
Briefing one's children and adolescents on how to deal with strangers, etc. And then in the environment abroad or out in the public.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you just quickly, the thing going on now in Puerto Rico, which has been going on for days.
Right.
This is a disaster of epic, and just, I have family, I have friends who live there, and it's a very scary situation. In a situation which is a devastated area, what are some of the things just that you might be able to share with us of preparedness, or at least, what exactly is happening and what you can do about it?
Absolutely. Again, when we talk about personal safety, we often think in terms of personal defense, but it's really not. It's exactly what you said, Jeff, a preparedness to avoid the things that you recognize or can recognize, and then preparedness to respond to the things that you cannot prevent. So that would be a natural disaster, whether it be weather, hurricanes, etc., earthquakes. So let's talk about that for a second. Everybody needs to have a reasonable supply of things, whether it be medical, food, and water, to sustain themselves in their home environment. Because the last thing you want to do in a desperate type environment or situation where lawlessness has a tendency to break out, it's so sad, it happens everywhere.
Yep.
When there's that gap of first responders that are there as a deterrent, you want to be in your home environment. You want to be locked up. You don't want to be out on the streets. And usually what causes people to go out on the streets is the quest or search for sustenance to protect and maintain their family's wellness. So
right.
Foremost is this. You got to have clean water or access to. So this tremendous infrastructure that we take for granted right now in our country, if decimated, would lead one to be without water in a very short amount of time. You need at least 3 days, I would suggest, if at all possible, to have a week's worth of fresh water. That is your foremost concern.
Hey, Angel, I am so out of time here. I apologize for cutting you short. No, the information is so great we could go another 2 segments, but I've got to cut it short. Could you shout out your phone number in case somebody wants to get a hold of you for your own services?
Absolutely, sir. 775-742-5223, and I'd be happy to speak to any corporate group or individual about their personal safety and the wellness of their family and the groups that they protect.
Thank you very much, Angel, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, very good. And I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. We'll be right back.
Want to know how to create more business and save money? Simple. The answer is video. Video shares are the fastest growing form of word of mouth advertising, and according to InternetRetailer.com, visitors who viewed a business video were 85% more likely to buy after watching it. People today are on the go. They don't have time to read text, but they have 1 minute to watch video. At HD Video King, we not only create quality video that's right for you, we coach you on how to get the most from it. Call today. Our award-winning staff are ready to assist.
Are you experiencing hair loss? We have the solution with no drugs, no surgery, and no side effects. Experience 100% pain-free results with Super Grow Laser Cap System, featuring 272 professional-grade lasers that make your hair thicker and fuller naturally. Use it 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week, and notice your hair growth in as little as 3 months. Visit online at irevivelaser.com to order your Super Grow Laser Cap today and experience unbelievable results. irevivelaser.com.
Successful Strategies International offers state-of-the-art PMP certification and an entire curriculum of project management, risk management, portfolio and program management by using unique learning techniques such as online learning, simulations, and facilitator lead programs. Our clientele consists of some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies in existence. SSI has trainers all across North America, Europe, and Asia to help meet your project management needs. Learn more at ssi-learn.com. That's ssi-learn.com.
Ruthless Cowboys, keeping the American dream alive and creating jobs one t-shirt at a time. From fabric to design, Ruthless Cowboys makes 100% American-made apparel that hardworking Americans are proud to wear. At RuthlessCowboys.com, you can shop for shirts and accessories for the cowboy or cowgirl in your life. Head to RuthlessCowboys.com, check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching Ruthless Cowboys. Ruthless Cowboys, we're all about family, country, and keeping it all American. RuthlessCowboys.com.
Your nose just a little bit. I need the sun off. There you go. When we do our workshops, we choose top locations like Red Rock Canyon for fashion, or we choose Cancun beaches for the glamour photography. There you go. Good, good, good. We set up all the models. We have sponsors like Canon that bring out lenses and camera equipment, bodies that you can work with. We teach you how to use those. We teach you how to work with your equipment that you bring out. ISO 400, I'm shooting 1,000 shutter. I'm wide open at 2.8. Some of you are going to be at 3.5. So whether you're a beginner or intermediate and you want to advance to the next level, or even if you're advanced now and you just want to learn more process, more value, learn your equipment a little bit better, take better pictures, check out one of our workshops. You can check out JeromeHamilton.com. We have a workshops page that'll get you there. We bring the top of the line models to all of our events, and we take you to the best places.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. 888-713-2929. That's 888-713-2929. That's our telephone number. Give us a call. Hey, Christian, what's happening over there? You doing some...
Well, staying busy. A lot of these, applications that have been getting, noticed by the investors. These numbers been jumping up, and I've been really seeing them come in.
Okay, excellent. With us right now, and why I jumped in, it sounded like you were building a house over there, which is apropos to what our business is. It's Christian Ramos from Endeavor America, one of the great lenders that we do business with, and I really appreciate him coming on the show today. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for your time.
No, and thank you. Thank you very much for coming on the show once again. I wanted to get you on because we hadn't talked lately, and I wanted to get some ideas because the DTI has changed from 45 to 50%. What are we seeing in terms of the underwriting and new programs that might be effective for some of the borrowers who are listening in the Inland Empire?
Yeah, no, it seems like each month and each quarter, the topic and everything is just kind of the investors loosening up on guidelines. And that's kind of what we've been noticing across the board. FHA, conventional, they've really loosened up in terms of allowing more borrowers really to fit that threshold of ratio, which everybody knows the most important thing to make a loan work is the ratio. And now they're being more lenient in terms of allowing it all the way up to 50% when traditionally it was set at 45.
That's right, and obviously FHA is higher. Did they raise that limit too, or is that always, around 55%?
And it kind of goes hand in hand with the DU.
Okay.
Yeah, they've actually stuck the same ratio on on FHA, which is you can push it all the way up to over 55%.
Right.
But in terms of being loosened up, the lower FICOs, which traditionally 580 would always be requiring 31 over 43 ratios.
Right.
The automated systems have really loosened up on those and actually, allowing these 580 FICOs, kind of like these 700 FICOs, all the way up to 55% DTI.
Now,
them.
let me ask you a question. And we're talking about automated systems, about technology aiding our business, and I think a lot of it is really good. On loans that have debt-to-income ratios that we're talking about now being pushed, is a lot of the automated systems going to be as effective for, let's say, somebody who's at that end of the debt-to-income ratios as they would be to someone who's at 40% or less?
Yeah, and that's what's opening up. Traditionally, those types of FICOs would require a manual underwrite, and back in the day, I remember there was always the face-to-face interviews with underwriters. Right. Not so much that type of old-school mentality, but really where the underwriter has to really roll up the sleeves and crank out the ratios and really see compensating factors and residual income and really look at all the in and outs of the loan, and that's how they're opening up the threshold with these types of lower FICOs, lowering the requirement just as long as the automated takes it, and you can start doing those without a manual underwrite.
Okay, and do you think that this overall is good for the business in terms of loosening up the standards for lending?
And I kind of look at it like everybody's topic is the rates. It used to be like, wow, the topic is the lenders are too tough, the programs are unreachable, and nobody really wants to lend. And that's kind of gone away. Everybody's kind of seeing that there's loans and there's great programs out there for borrowers, from down payment assisted programs to minimum down payment to really, even investment properties with 15% down. We're really trying to, take advantage of this trend and the wave of, the investors really opening up and loosening up their guidelines.
Now, Endeavor, they sell their loans to obviously the government entities, the Fannie Mae's, Freddie Mac's, and Ginnie Mae's of the world. Do you also do portfolio loans, something which may, you may keep, or do you look for non-QM type investors for outside the box loans in order to supply money for your borrowers?
And that's really where I value your platform and the time to even for me to explain. Definitely we're 100% portfolio.
Okay.
We service all our loans, so we just basically insure them, and with the govies and all the government loans, and what we do with Fannie Mae, insure with them. But we 100% service, which really allows us, and that's the opportunity I kind of give you, or you give me to explain how, not all lenders really just underwrite 100% to the Fannie Mae HUD guidelines, VA guidelines, and that's how we, service our loans and get them through. We don't have to worry about any overlays. We're really minimal on that.
So the issue here for most people who are listening to the show is a lot of loans which are done in Southern California, especially San Bernardino, Riverside, whether it's FHA or conventional, are sold off to the government entities. You're saying because of the fact that you hold your own paper, you basically have your own underwriting standards and your own capacity to be able to say yes or no without the influence or overlays, as you say, which really means more cost to the borrower.
There you go. And those types of overlays sometimes, limit a loan from being able to be done or not.
Right.
But, really not necessarily an investor guideline. And when I mean investor, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac,
of course.
HUD. Once, they're okay with it, we can definitely run with it when other lenders may have overlays.
What's a favorite product that you guys are over there doing right now? Now, when I say favorite, what I mean is what is the most popular? What are people doing, or is it across the board?
And just last quarter when you had me on, and again, I appreciate your time.
No.
Yeah, we actually had a new product that we rolled out for lower FICOs, higher FICOs and lower LTVs in terms of better pricing and trying to capture that business, which we've been noticing it's pretty much about 75 to 85% of the business that's out there right now with the lows, with the rates being so low.
Right.
Yeah, we're noticing, and Fannie Mae's noticing with all the apps that have been taken last quarter. that these loans, the majority of this business with conventional, obviously.
Of course, purchase too, right?
Really, definitely. the purchase, but that's kind of spread across the board with FHA and conventional.
I see.
But the majority of conventional, a lot of people are doing FHA for purchase, but obviously also conventional, but the majority is being done for these people trying to cash out, trying to lower the rates, trying to remove the MI. Yeah, there's such a big book of business out there for these loans that really got to take advantage of where the rates are at historically.
Well, exactly. I mean, if you got into a loan, let's say 2-3 years ago, and it was an FHA loan just because you didn't have the down payment, and now the price of your house or the value of your house has gone up, and now you've got at least 20% equity in it, there is no reason you shouldn't refi this at almost no cost, right?
You got it. It's just a win-win situation due to the fact that, the rates are where they're at. You take advantage of removing the MI, and you're assuring yourself a rate that historically it's going to be tough to say it's going to be around ever again.
Hey, listen, can you shout out your phone number? I know there's a lot of people out there who are listening to you and to me on the radio wondering, hey, how do I get a hold of this guy? He sounds like somebody I want to talk about, especially about these kind of programs.
Thanks again. No, always available. My telephone number direct is area code 626-407-7101. Again, that's area code 626-407-7101.
Hey, and because you guys aren't government related, you don't sell to the GSEs, when the I guess the Fed starts their sell-off of this huge portfolio of loans that they have on their books.
Right.
What's that going to do to rates, and how are you guys going to be affected in terms of the availability of money?
So much everything right now is being artificially controlled by the Feds. This last Thursday, the most recent meeting was the Feds are really going to start and haven't started.
Right.
Will start selling off their, start showing their profit and loss and start selling off those bonds that they've been holding on. And that's really where I think it's going to be the turning point for the rates. And it's kind of ticking time bomb. With that being said, we're expecting kind of this week to start noticing that, but the bond has still rallied. And it's just a matter of time in terms of those bonds once they start selling them off. It's just, kind of a game of economics.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think the upward pressure, that's what they called it, right? Upward pressure. And for anybody who's listening, what does that mean? It means your rates are going up. When someone says upward pressure, that means the rates got to go up in order to get investors involved in the loan business, because, if you're going to be able to get a secured investment and buy it directly from the Treasury, why do you got to go through the bundle process of buying mortgage-backed securities? You're just not going to do it unless there's more money in it, and that's why the upward pressures to the rates, so that they can offer a bigger yield to investors. I mean, it makes more sense.
It makes dollars and it makes sense.
Makes sense like that. Hey, Christian, thank you very much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
For your time.
Yeah, no. And this is Christian Ramos from Endeavor America, and I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. We'll be right back.
Want to know how to create more business and save money? Simple. The answer is video. Video shares are the fastest growing form of word-of-mouth advertising, and according to InternetRetailer.com, visitors who viewed a business video were 85% more likely to buy after watching it. People today are on the go. They don't have time to read text, but they have 1 minute to watch video. At HD Video King, we not only create quality video that's right for you, we coach you on how to get the most from it. Call today. Our award-winning staff are ready to assist.
Your nose just a little bit. I need the sun off. There you go. When we do our workshops, we choose top locations like Red Rock Canyon for fashion, or we choose Cancun beaches for the glamour photography. There you go. Good, good, good. We set up all the models. We have sponsors like Canon that bring out lenses and camera equipment, bodies that you can work with. We teach you how to use those. We teach you how to work with your equipment that you bring out. ISO 400, I'm shooting 1,000 shutter. I'm wide open at 2.8. Some of you are going to be at 3.5. So whether you're a beginner or intermediate and you want to advance to the next level, or even if you're advanced now and you just want to learn more process, more value, learn your equipment a little bit better, take better pictures, check out one of our workshops. You can check out JeromeHamilton.com. We have a workshops page that'll get you there. We bring the top of the line models to all of our events, and we take you to the best places.
Successful Strategies International offers state-of-the-art PMP certification and an entire curriculum of project management, risk management, portfolio and program management by using unique learning techniques such as online learning, simulations, and facilitator lead programs. Our clientele consists of some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies in existence. SSI has trainers all across North America, Europe, and Asia to help meet your project management needs. Learn more at ssi-learn.com. That's ssi-learn.com.
Ruthless Cowboys, keeping the American dream alive and creating jobs one t-shirt at a time. From fabric to design, Ruthless Cowboys makes 100% American-made apparel that hardworking Americans are proud to wear. At RuthlessCowboys.com, you can shop for shirts and accessories for the cowboy or cowgirl in your life. Head to RuthlessCowboys.com, check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching Ruthless Cowboys. Ruthless Cowboys, we're all about family, country, and keeping it all American. RuthlessCowboys.com.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. 888-713-2929 is the telephone number. Pick up the phone and give us a call. We are talking a very excited, extended, long market here, whereby real estate prices have gone up, seem to have stabilized, according to Black Knight, as we said in our first segment. And that's a good thing for the people out there trying to buy their first home, second home. Maybe they want to downsize. But anyway, we talk about all things mortgages. Purchase market is where it is. And as you and the listening audience may hear, we have a special guest on the show. And Layla, how are you today?
Layla's good. She's really hungry, so she's just eating. Please don't mind her.
Not at all. And this is Candace Tabb, a real estate agent extraordinaire in Malibu, California. Candace also does some great marketing and other types of work. And I wanted to have her on the show today. First of all, Candace, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. I actually got really good sleep last night, so I'm feeling good.
Okay, that's excellent. Now, in my listening audience, many working women who have children, more than one, newborns. I wanted to get you on the show because as they are, so are you. And because you're in the real estate business, how do you balance both your mom job, which is job number one, of course, and then your other professional jobs, one of them being real estate? What's the balance for you so far?
Well, I'm going to say that in real estate, I'm actually more fortunate to have this career because you're freelance. So I can work from my home. I can be typing emails while I'm feeding her and doing other things. So, and not to say that it's easy, but it's much easier than having to go back to a corporate situation where you're just completely detached from your child for 8 hours of the day.
Now, you're a new mom, right? You have a baby 2.5 months old?
Yes, correct.
Okay. The pink cloud, how long do you think it's going to last before you get too exhausted and you start throwing things around the house because you haven't had 5 minutes off?
I mean, okay, listen, that happens. If that happens from time to time. You caught me on a good day because I had a 7-hour run with her, a sleeping run last night.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that I don't think that's ever going to go away. I'm like, she now is my main priority. Of course. Business is business, but, you know, there are times where she is fussy, something maybe I ate is bothering her, and those days are really difficult, but I still have so much patience for her. So I really don't think that that's ever going to go away.
Well, you know what, that you say, the patience, I think as women in the working world with children, the patience that you must have both in the workplace, because it is what it is, and obviously at home and with your husband, it is not a simple and easy thing. And I wanted to get you on because, as I said, there are many people in the listening audience who are in the same shoes you are, and they usually can empathize or have you empathize for them. What do you think you can bring to people who are looking for a house, who have young children, who may be looking for an agent who has similar experiences that they can relate to?
See, so, I mean, the fact that I have a brand new daughter, I think that might encourage other people to want to work with me a little bit more because my work ethic hasn't changed. Yes, my priorities have changed, but let me tell you, I'll be feeding her in one hand and typing emails in the other. And it might take an hour to get one out, but I'm still going to get that email out, you better believe, before the end of the day. So from my perspective, now that I am a mom, if I were to hire an agent, just say for some reason, I would probably look for a young working mom as well because I know how much harder it is. And, you know, my work ethic has not been compromised whatsoever. I've already been on tons of showings, and I've actually brought the baby. And, you know, most clients respect that and appreciate that, and they're like, bring the baby along, and if she cries, it's okay.
Okay, you're talking younger audience, right? Obviously, in my generation, I'm 62, and what are you? Are you 30 yet? How old are you?
37, thank you so
Oh,
much,
my
Joe.
gosh, you don't look it. Okay, so you're 37, still quite a bit younger than I am. In relating to younger people, it's a different crowd, right, in terms of showing them around, letting them see what there is in the marketplace in terms of acceptability of, cell phones and communication via all different mediums and platforms, the technology solution. Right. Do you find most of your clients are adept at allowing not only technology to permeate their lives, but also allowing you to be who you are in how you service them, both with your child, with the way that you want to communicate? Do you think that this is a benefit because you're dealing with a younger audience, a younger crowd?
100%.
Right.
But my clients range from 70. I had an 82-year-old client, and she did not know much about the internet. So it was more challenging for me. I had to print things out. I had to deliver them to her house in Beverly Hills.
Right.
But yes, for the younger clients, are you kidding me? The internet is sensational. The downfall to that is that they can see everything, and sometimes they send me listings occasionally where it's like, maybe it wasn't, caught or something. And so, everybody, it's almost as if they feel like they can do the job themselves because these listings are listed everywhere. And
sure they
go to Zillow and they get these random price estimates which aren't right. So you do have to do a little bit of damage control with the internet.
Well, I think so, too. I mean, you're talking about either Realtor.com, which is now, of course, owned by Fox, and Zillow. These are the two main sources of information for real estate. They're not accurate, they're not up to date, and the Zillow loan or real estate estimate is incorrect most of the time.
At all, yeah. And yet sometimes people will send me listings that are inactive and stuff, and so, they get a little taste of the real estate world via the internet, and they think that they're getting accurate information, and they're not. So that does pose to be a problem. But in general, no, I think the internet's amazing for what we do, and it makes things fast, DocuSign, all that stuff.
Yep.
It just, we can just process things so much more quickly.
Now, you do also commercial as well as residential, right?
Not necessarily. I'm dabbling into commercial a little bit, but
Okay.
I have much more experience in residential.
Well, the reason I ask is because I was going to ask you what the difference might be between the two in terms of both a business-to-business client versus a business to, a residential client.
Yeah, I haven't had an actual commercial client as of yet. I'm currently working on it, but I would imagine that it would be a little bit more corporate and a little bit more challenging than a residential, because when you're dealing with residential, you're helping people find a home.
Right.
And so anybody can relate to somebody like that, and all the elements of that are exciting. The furniture, the, helping them, just give them creative ideas for all aspects of helping build and find their dream home.
Where's your farm market? I mean, where do you do most of your businesses?
Malibu, and I have done a little bit in Calabasas, Agoura area, but Malibu would be 90% of my business.
Okay, so if anyone out there is listening right now and they're thinking, Malibu, California, maybe I can afford that, who do I call? How do they get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you?
They can email me at CandiceTab@MalibuFunding.net. That would be the best way.
Okay, very good. Hey, you know what, Candace? I really appreciate you coming on the show, always. I want to make sure that you're comfortable and getting information to, people out there who maybe are listening to you going, hey, you know what? Maybe I can buy that house. This sounds like a great person to talk to. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
And thank you very much. And I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. We'll be right back.
Want to know how to create more business and save money? Simple. The answer is video. Video shares are the fastest growing form of word-of-mouth advertising, and according to InternetRetailer.com, visitors who viewed a business video were 85% more likely to buy after watching it. People today are on the go. They don't have time to read text, but they have 1 minute to watch video. At HD Video King, we not only create quality video that's right for you, we coach you on how to get the most from it. Call today. Our award-winning staff are ready to assist.
Are you experiencing hair loss? We have the solution with no drugs, no surgery, and no side effects. Experience 100% pain-free results with Super Grow Laser Cap System, featuring 272 professional-grade lasers that make your hair thicker and fuller naturally. Use it 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week, and notice your hair growth in as little as 3 months. Visit online at irevivelaser.com to order your Super Grow Laser Cap today and experience unbelievable results. irevivelaser.com.
Ruthless Cowboys, keeping the American dream alive and creating jobs one t-shirt at a time. From fabric to design, Ruthless Cowboys makes 100% American-made apparel that hardworking Americans are proud to wear. At RuthlessCowboys.com, you can shop our shirts and accessories for the cowboy or cowgirl in your life. Head to RuthlessCowboys.com, check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching Ruthless Cowboys. Ruthless Cowboys, we're all about family, country, and keeping it all American. RuthlessCowboys.com.
Successful Strategies International offers state-of-the-art PMP certification and an entire curriculum of project management, risk management, portfolio and program management by using unique learning techniques such as online learning, simulations, and facilitator lead programs. Our clientele consists of some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies in existence. SSI has trainers all across North America, Europe, and Asia to help meet your project management needs. Learn more at ssi-learn.com. That's ssi-learn.com.
Your nose just a little bit. I need the sun off. There you go. When we do our workshops, we choose top locations like Red Rock Canyon for fashion, or we choose Cancun beaches for the glamour photography. There you go. Good, good, good. We set up all the models. We have sponsors like Canon that bring out lenses and camera equipment, bodies that you can work with. We teach you how to use those. We teach you how to work with your equipment that you bring out. ISO 400, I'm shooting 1,000 shutter. I'm wide open at 2.8. Some of you are going to be at 3.5. So whether you're a beginner or intermediate and you want to advance to the next level, or even if you're advanced now and you just want to learn more process, more value, learn your equipment a little bit better, take better pictures, check out one of our workshops. You can check out JeromeHamilton.com. We have a workshops page that'll get you there. We bring the top of the line models to all of our events, and we take you to the best places.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. 888-713-2929 is our telephone number. Pick up the phone, give us a call, or you can email us, info@malibufunding.net. Certainly we're on Facebook. Certainly we're on YouTube. My Twitter handle is @Jeff6493. And Instagram, I don't know. Do you want Instagram too? Do you think we should do Instagram?
That's nothing but pictures.
Well, you know, it's funny. I get a call today, and they're asking me about my Instagram account. They wanted to see if they could, reach me that way. I have a business associate. She's been on the show before, Maggie Pearson, and she is only on Instagram, not Facebook.
I've used Instagram. I have an account. I've never used it.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I got back on it just because, I'm trying to blend all these things into one cohesive push to either push me forward or drive more business or at least get our word out. We'll see how it works. I don't know.
I've got a couple of business email addresses, but my personal email address is AOL.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody said, don't you dare put that on a resume.
People, yeah, it's like Prodigy. Remember that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Some of these
You're old.
That's old, exactly right.
Don't put AOL on anything.
When I first got in the business, I was obviously just starting out. I got my broker's license, and I had a company called eCondo, which is still around, of course. They do real estate. It was during the e-commerce boom. We were trying to get funded. Anyway, one of my partners, his friend who used to work at Prodigy, and he said, his father made a fortune at Prodigy. I went, oh, geez. And even then, that was old, and that was in 2000.
Yeah,
so,
his father would have been 100 by now, too.
Exactly right. Okay, let's get into a couple of things here before we go to a segment that I want to bring Daryl back on. Okay, in an article I read online today, it talked a lot about, and this is by way of saying that, whatever's happening in the economy in your area, especially in Southern California, where we've got a pretty robust recovery going right now, a lot of the country is not in the same economic state as we are here. A lot of the tech centers, a lot of the economic centers of the country are doing very well. But this article, and I happen to have read it and thought I'd bring it to you just so that if you're thinking that there is greener pastures other places, make sure you look around before you move. The economic prosperity is concentrated in America's elite zip codes, but economic stability outside of those communities is rapidly deteriorating. Now, whether this is a doom and gloom article, whether this is a wake-up call, or whether this is just, as the person sees it, it's interesting to note that if you get outside major hubs like Los Angeles or San Bernardino and Riverside everywhere, and you get out to, let's think about it. Is it up Del Adelanto, or is it up in Hesperia, way out Salton Sea? Some of these areas that really we don't talk about much on the radio show, but if you live in those areas, you're looking around and going, there hasn't been a new business opening up on my street for 6 to 10 years. There hasn't been a new employment center in this area for 15 to 20 years. There's a lot of places in this country, and I dare say Trump country, places where the economic recovery never reaches. And these people are both underserved economically, they're underserved in services, they're underserved in political clout. So what happens in our neck of the woods when we're trying to lend money to people who are obviously all over the broad spectrum of the populace here in Southern California, as well as many other states that we do business, a lot of places can't come up with the income. And as we were talking in an earlier segment, it's really important to understand that debt to income level, that ratio that they look for, is crucial to you being able to get a loan. Because outside of your ability to repay, it's based on how much money you make and how much money you're spending on your bills with your mortgage rolled into it. If it exceeds a certain number, percentage ratio, and now it's 50% on conventional, you can't get a loan. Now, if you go to the street or you go to hard money or you go to some other avenue to get a loan, it's going to cost you percentage-wise 2 to 3% more than you would be paying if you could get that conventional loan. So if you're in an economically strapped area right now and you're thinking, look, I need to make more money in order to get a better loan because my debt to income ratio is way off, it's very difficult in those areas to find that kind of employment. And consequently, in a lot of these areas that I'm talking about, the high school diploma is the highest degree of education that you're going to get. So if you're thinking, obviously, about getting a loan and you have a high school diploma, it's going to be rough for you. If you're in one of these outlying areas, let's be blunt about it. It's just, unless you are in a mining town where you're making really good money, or if you're in an area where construction jobs are plentiful and for the foreseeable future, they're going to be plentiful, and you've got a trade, you're a carpenter, a plumber, or you've got some other great profession that you've been in, which they call the trades, of course, it's going to be rough for you because you're not going to be able to prove income. And income in this market is king because it's going to determine both your affordability and your ability to repay the loan. So if you need some questions answered about that, you give us a call, email me, text me, Twitter me, whatever it is that you can to get a hold of me so I can give you some straight answers about what your prospects are for getting a loan, because I think that's our responsibility and certainly my job. So give us a call. All right, let's move on to 6 reasons why inflation will stay low. I want to bring Daryl onto the program and talk a little bit about inflation. Remember back in the old days when gas was 25 cents, cigarettes were 33 cents.
Yeah, I do. We used to go to the beach. We used to put a quarter's worth of gas in the Volkswagen and go to the beach.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Seal Beach, here we come.
It was great. And I remember those days very well. Of course, they're over, obviously.
Yeah, long gone.
Long time ago. So inflation, what is inflation? Let's talk about it for a second. Give me your ideas about inflation and what it is and how you see it happening.
Well, I mean, over the long term, things rise to their level. There's supply and demand, and at some point when the price exceeds what the demand is, it'll have to come back down because nobody can afford it. So, I mean, water rises to its level.
Well, 2 things about that. One is either the price is going to rise to by what you're saying, that the general public can't pay for it, that the price will come back down, or just the opposite, that the price keeps rising and people who can afford it keep buying, which supports the raise in prices, outpricing people who we were just talking about who can't afford a home. So there are 6 things of why this guy says inflation is going to remain low, which I don't know about you, but I always thought that was a good thing if inflation stayed low.
Yes and no.
So some of the yes is,
Well, I mean, when you think back to when you thought you were most successful financially in the past 20 or 30 years, it was probably the Clinton years.
probably.
And your 401k was making money, and your checking and savings account had interest tied to it, and
Right.
we were double-digit inflation then.
Well, that's true, and because that is one of the reasons why a lot of those other things that we were making money, whether it's CDs or your passbook savings account or even your checking account, would bear interest because they
Right.
needed the money. And in terms of having banks have the money, that's the most important thing.
When inflation was going up, so did your personal wealth.
That's right, and your income went up, and that was one of the. Although they don't include income as part of inflation for some reason, they have this core inflation. Let's get to some of these things. Okay, core inflation and what you're just talking about, wages. Their number 6 on it is limited wage gains, which means that obviously the inflation is going to remain low because people aren't going to be getting raises.
Right, the cost of living, the COLA increases.
Yeah, and so if you're making less, obviously you can't pay for more electric charges on your electric bill. Just
Right.
can't do it. So therefore, that's going to remain low. So therefore, the inflation remains low. The globalization is number 2. It talks about global trade flows tallied 1.8 trillion in 90. By 2013, it was 17.2 trillion, which means a lot of cheap stuff coming from overseas to be sold here.
And the other thing is the people that thought a long time ago that outsourcing or sourcing in foreign countries was a good idea have gone back on it because of the extrinsic costs involved with doing business overseas.
We'll see what happens in the near future, but I think bring it on home is Trump make America great again. That's his big deal, right?
That's part of it. But
Right.
he's going to put tariffs on stuff. He's going to
Right.
make it very unaffordable to do business overseas. But it still is.
It still is, exactly. And
Because of the delays, because of the containers, because of the export-import fees. I mean, people say, I bought this for 29 cents overseas, and if I have it made here, it's $2. But when you add up all the costs, it's $2.
It's $2, right. We up against it?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Okay, very good. Hey, listen, Daryl, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate that. Good insight, as always. I'm Jeff Barton, your voice in the mortgage industry. Thanks for listening to the show, and we'll see you next time.
Want to know how to create more business and save money? Simple. The answer is video. Video shares are the fastest growing form of word of mouth advertising. And according to InternetRetailer.com, visitors who viewed a business video were 85% more likely to buy after watching it. People today are on the go. They don't have time to read text, but they have 1 minute to watch video. At HD Video King, we not only create quality video that's right for you, we coach you on how to get the most from it. Call today. Our award-winning staff are ready to assist.
Is your car starting to give you some trouble? Then come on down to Gyra Tire Shop and Service, where we offer a wide range of services such as new and used tires, balance and repair, brakes, AC repair, professional auto diagnostics. We promise you high-quality service at an affordable price. We're located on the corner of Boulder Highway and Wells Street. Do yourself and your car a favor. Come down to Gyra Tire Shop and Service.